Hello, and welcome to my introduction to Construct 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a basic Construct tutorial and create my prototype, I would say, proof of concept game of Browser Wars. Well, basically, Browser Wars is that throughout the years, everybody's creating a new browser and they're trying to put them against each other, and they're saying one browser is better than the other. And in the midst of the browsers butting heads against each other, they realize that the humans, us who created them, are flawed. And they said, why are we fighting each other? We're perfect. They just suck. So anyway, here we go. First thing in creating any game is, of course, we do new. And you'd have this come up. And in construct, you have the option of picking different types of layouts and even templates. But we're not going to do that. I'm not going to pick a template. I'm going to go up and just do new and just start from the beginning. So, okay, open. There you go. Now, somewhere in the tutorial, I'm going to break this down into simple tutorials. We'll talk about what the name, project name is, and versioning later, description, company name, author. But for right now, we'll just do something simple and say, hey, look, why don't we add in a background? So we'll double click the background, and we have what's in the background, our options. Now, before I continue, I'll let you know that Construct 2 was meant to be a gaming platform or a programming platform to that's without programming, without you don't have to code. You don't need to know how to code. A lot of it's done for you. So in this case, why don't we just pick out tiled background, click Insert, click here, and then you would actually see the image come up. Oh, wow, what's that? Well, we come up here, and I already have some images that I can pick. Problem with me is I've got so many images or so many places that I could get this from that. Okay, and now that we had added the background image, we want to consider doing layers. The reason for this is that we'd be tripping over ourselves, and every time we select, we're going to hit that background. Oh my God, I'm hitting this background. No, not that. So let's take a look at layers, at least from my perspective. You've got in the lower right hand corner here, you could do add layers. You could toggle layers, whether that be, visible or invisible. As you can see, layer 0, oh my God, it disappeared. The object that I have, the active object, visible, invisible. Yeah, I might be exaggerating a little bit, just overemphasizing things. Just another thing is toggle lock. Now I can't do anything to it. I can't move it. Even if I have it select, I can't do anything to it. Here I do. Oh, oh no, oh no. Oh, what do I do? Well, what you can do is you can just do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Control Z is your friend. Control Z is undo. If you check over here, it says you can actually do multiple undos. And it's like, oh no, undo how many items? So just to let you know, I mean, so to let you know that I'm not that we're not the only ones that make mistakes. Um, if you want to, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually call this layer background. And of course, when we click here, it adds a layer, which we did already here. And we can actually bring it up, bring it down. We're going to name this one here, rename it actually to main. And that's where we're going to be dealing with is we're going to be in the main layer. Now, I'm going to lock this, play here. Now, let's say for the sake of argument, see, we put our object in the wrong layer. In the object itself, we've got where the layer is. Main or background. So we can actually bring it back or forward. You could change it at will. In this case here, we are taking it and we're leaving it in we're leaving it in background. So going back here, we're making this the active layer. Now, at this point here, from now on, whenever we're working on something, everything is in the main layer, which is on top of everything. And we don't have to worry about disturbing the background. Okay, now we're going to start with the, or continue on with the game objects. To add anything, really, just need to click in the background, and this screen should come up, and it says Insert New Object. And at that point, when you're doing click New Object, it would say, okay, well, what is it that you need to add? Well, in this case, we're adding sprites. So just click Insert. Then you get this crosshair which says Main. That's where you're inserting. That's how you know that where you're inserting is by where it's at, right there, Main. Now, if I were to change it to here and say click, it'd be background. But it says, oh, wait, what? Whoa, wait, what just happened? That's why we lock it, because sometimes we make mistakes. Hit the escape key. That's why we keep the background locked. Because sometimes, arrow key, you select this, arrow key goes up, we change the active. The same thing is like the old-fashioned, I'm dating myself, floppy disks. You have the copy protection. This is the same thing here. I mean, you wouldn't want to have separate objects coming up in different layers, and you're trying to figure out why they're not interacting with each other because they're not on the same layer. They're not on the same platform. So anyway, click, coming back up, sprite, insert. We're in main. We've got the image. So I'm going to start off with, I'm just going to steal, let's start off with the character. I'm going to steal their character. Later on, I'm going to use mine. So here's player 0, or player, and I click X. OK. At this point here, we can rename them. This is part right here. We can rename them, and we will call him player. That way, when you're seeing him and you're using them later on, you can actually say, okay, this is a player, not some object or sprite. And let me remove this. Now, let's click again. Add another sprite. Click Insert. And click. And this comes up. I have 2 screens up. That's why this will always happen. And then let's hit the explosion. Or, I'm sorry, the bullet first. I'm going to pick their bullet. Later on, I'm going to be showing you how to change things. Say, hey, look, wait a minute. I can make this look better. Or I want to change it up. But for now, we'll just keep this for now. Here it is. There it is right there. Now, what do we call this? What do we want to call this? We're going to call this the bullet. F2. What did I just do? I looked at it in the right-hand corner and hit F2 and just was able to rename it as well. And you come over here. Should come up. Why not? Why didn't this rename here? Interesting. Is it a bug? That is very interesting. Got bullet, I got player, and I still have that sprite. Ah, interesting. Now, let's double click again. And let's add the monster. In this case, the monster is going to be one of the browser icons. Now, this is a little bit ridiculous. We're going to go against this huge thing. This is we're looking at size 100 by 100 something by 100 something versus that. So you can actually change the size. In this case, why don't we just change the size to maybe 100 by 100 or maybe 75 by 75. And why don't we just call you Chrome for the Chrome monster. Okay, now we got one more to add. Another sprite. To insert, click, and we will include our explosion. Now, there you go. And we might want to do the same thing. I want to put this around maybe, what, 75 by 75. How's that? Now, might as well just save it. That's going to call it Browser War. I'm just going to rename this to Browser War recording 1. One thing is always save. Always save. And there you go. Okay, let's start with adding actions, or behaviors rather. So let's start off with the actual player. In this case here, we've got the player. Yes, it was stolen, hijacked. Best way to do it is you go to the side here and say behaviors. You see here, have it highlighted, add/edit behaviors. Doesn't work too well with dual screens. I wish it would be just the same screen, but click add. Scroll down under movement, 8 directions. So now, what does it say here? Moves an object up, down, left, right, and diagonals. Perfect. Right there. Click add. It is right there. Now let's do the same thing with scroll to and bound to layout. So let's do this. Scroll to. Is right here. And one more. Bound to layout. At this point here, close. Now to run this, what you need to do is you click Run Layout, and then a browser will appear. And there you go. And as you can see, and it says bound to layout, which is what we have. Now, let's exit here, and let's edit behaviors. See behaviors? You've got the 8 directions, scroll to, bound to, change it to origin, I believe, is what we're looking for. Run it again. Let me bring this up. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Always change this, but we'll change it later. Yeah, let's do it now. Let's change the layout. And lock it. And run it again. Mount the edge. Try it one more time. Perfect. So it just stretched out the background. We have a bigger plane area. So there you have it. I'll try to figure out why can't we just keep it to wherever we have the area stretched to. And for that, we'll just let it go. And next thing we're going to do is add more actions to the other items. That will be in our next recording. Okay, let's add other behaviors. We'll start off with the bullet movement and destroying bullet outside of the area. Well, the issue that we have is with games is memory consumption. And we have a player here. This player here is going to be shooting out unlimited bullets. And the ongoing joke in the old cowboy movies is that the cowboy never runs out of bullets. Well, it's true. They, if you were to actually have a count how many bullets come out of their six-shooter, you'll find out that in 1 minute they've shot off 36 shots, which is, of course, 6 times the amount of bullets that a six-shooter, of course, hence the name six-shooter, can hold. Well, in this case here, it doesn't matter that how many this person can hold, is the fact that every time that you do shoot off, or in this case, what is referred to as spawning off, it takes up memory. So when you're dealing with a computer, it doesn't take as much memory on a computer, but when you're dealing with tablets, it does bog down the system. So in the behavior, they have a couple of items that they have. One is movement, or is referred to as bullet movement. And the other one is destroy outside layout. Now, bullet movement means it's going straight. Destroy out of layout means, okay, once I get out of what is referred to as the layout, which is here, this layout size is 1708 by 960. Once you get out of that frame of reference, that object that was spawned off is destroyed. That means there's no memory taken up by that object. Every time you create it, memory is being used. So when the next video or so, where we start clicking our mouse and start shooting, it it would start creating or using up memory until A, it gets destroyed, B, it gets off the layout and it gets destroyed. So we've done that. So we have the bullet movement. Now we need to do the same thing to our monster. Hmm. Aha. I'm still at background. I should be in main. I locked myself out. I wonder how I did that. Sometimes I feel like Mr. Magoo. Yes, I am aging myself, aren't I? So I add bullet movement. And then after the bullet movement, just close. And now in the explosion, I would do the following. Add the fade behavior. And I believe blend is, I think under effects, blend is additive. Now, let's do the following. Put these to the side, run them. Let's do that one more time. You see the bullets are running from left to right. Oh, let me put the explosion a little bit closer. You see the explosion go away. So for now, we'll just leave it as is into our next video. I shouldn't call these videos, but anyway. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to add a an event. In this case here, before we do that, I think we need to add a new object, and that object has to be the mouse. I'll explain to you why in the next Do add event. Do system. Next. Every click, every tick, not click, tick. Done. So every tick, we have this, it says every tick. I'm going to do an action. Our player. Next. Set angle towards position. And then what we'll do is, would be mouse. This is the reason why we needed to add the mouse. Dot X. Mouse. Y. Done. Now, we have the option of adding another condition, another action, sub-event, comment, which is player will turn to mouse direction, period. So when we do play, we're playing, look. Woo, 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 woo. I'm dizzy. So there you have it. Simple, easy. Remember, you can actually add a comment by that. I always like to put comments in everything. We're going to try to get the player to shoot. So first thing we need to do is take the player, right mouse click, edit animation, and we're going to have to set an origin point, which is right here. And you take it and you set it just in front of the gun, about right here. And close it. And you can see we edit. It's still there. And as you can see, hold on, let's do this again. I think it's under effects. Is it behavior? No. It's not there. We have it right there. That's where it's at default. So close. Now, here we added the event. Do mouse. Next, on left click, On left, type, click, done. We do an action of spawn. Spawn another object. Choose the object. In this case would be the bullet. In this case would be layer 1. I think image point 1 and done. And when you play it, there you go. Now let's exit. And there you have it. Okay, now that we've got the player to shoot, I just wanted to show a little something about construct. A little site tracking here. I mentioned earlier about behavior and how looking at the bullet behavior that we do have destroy on going outside. Well, I explained it to you why I did it, but it doesn't really get there until you really see something. So before I even remove this, I want you to know this is like a debug layout. When you play it, you come out here and you get to see what is out there. Well, you have the system bullet, Chrome, you have your player. There she blows. Starting off with 0. You've got your sprite, your tile background, now coming over here, things you can watch for, tile background, frames a second per second. Now these fluctuate depending on the system you're using. Here's your profile, your event sheet. Coming back in the inspection. As you can see right here, the bullet count is going up, and then it goes down. Goes up, and the number of objects right underneath inspector running goes up and down. So each one of them takes memory. I mean, even though it's small, for a PC, it's nothing. Now, if you put it on a tablet, it is very, very, very intense. Not at first, but yeah, it does get intense. That's why. And I will remove the actual destroy part to show you. And I do debug. And before we start, Here's the bullet count, 1. That's because there's a bullet in the upper right-hand corner somewhere. Now, we're at 7.3 megabytes. Now, let's check this out. Now I've got over 50. Let's see now, how many clicks can I do? And as you can see, the bullet count is getting higher, but wait a minute, they're not going away. And there's something that I would like to show you after I go hog wild on the bullets. Right now we've got object count is 200 and 197 of them is a bullet. Now if you take a look at the first bullet, or should I say the second bullet, or look at this value, X and Y. It's still moving out there. And on, and on, and on, and on. This is the reason why we want to destroy, well, before it gets too out of control. Right now we have 197 bullets, and this is just to illustrate how far, I mean, how much resources it can take up. And now look at those numbers. This is just to track the X. Now we've got X and Y for these people here. In order to do that, it takes CPU time. And if it's on a tablet, it is battery time. So let me close this up. Let me return back to behavior. Let me add destroy outside layout. Let's do this for fun. Now take a look at the bullet number now. It goes down. It's up to 5, now it's down. It's up to 5, down. I think the highest number that I've seen it is up to 7. So, no bullets. So this is the reason why we add on the can't speak now, the behavior of destroy outside. When you add this on, and it even states it removed itself. Destroy outside layout. Anyway, there you have it. Okay, let's do the monster gets destroyed by bullet. I also added the player shoot comment here. So let's do the add event. Okay, and condition, or condition is bullet on collision with another object. Pick the object. Another object is chrome. Done. So here's a condition. Here's a bullet on collision. Now, what's the first thing we do? We can actually do a destroy, or we say destroy, set the other action to bullet, spawn another object, layer 0, image 0. This is layer 1. I could see that. Image point, doesn't say. There. Now, bullet destroyed. Now the explosion effect should appear, but the way to do that is we need to make monsters appear, don't we? Add event, system, on start, of layout, monster, set angle, again we could do this, random, 360 degrees, and done. Another event to do is monster. For us, it's not going to do anything because outside of layout, let's do it, is outside of layout. monster, set angle towards, again we do the player X, player Y. Done. I'm still missing the spawn, I think. I think I am missing the spawn. Yes, I am. I am missing spawn. It could be system, and every tick, action, system, spawn another object, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's see now. I think it's create object. System, every X seconds, oh no, that's why it's here. It should be under not every tick, every X seconds. What, maybe every 3 seconds? And then create create object monster. Now mind you, this is just I'm just prototyping this. Okay. System. Create object. What's the object? This comes up. Now, what I would like to do is put this in layer 1 and so would I want them to shoot off anywhere? This is an interesting question. Do I want them to start off from 0, 0? You know, from now, I'm going to put x, y, 0, 0 for now. And let's see what happens. Ah, you see? I feel like I'm in a shooting gallery. And now they're going to come back to me again in the same pattern. I mean, this is going to be boring. I'm also have a feeling that even if they come to me, oh, look, what a boring game. Oh yeah, I'll get you. I'll shoot you. You know what? Why even bother? I'll shoot you Greek time. This is interesting. And I have a feeling I also crashed the game too. So I'm exiting out now. So there's a couple of things that we need to fix in here. Obviously, I have to put a collision in there, which is going to be in another video, which would be similar to what this is right here. But anyway, so far so good. Okay, let's destroy our player. Seeming that we weren't able to destroy him before. So, player on collide with first action would be is player I think it would be player spawn another object. Can we guess what that object is? The sprite. Surprise! Layer 1 done. So we go from player to that. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. Oh no, what happens? What happens? What happens? Oh no, I don't want to see this. What am I missing? Am I missing? What am I missing? Dun 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 dun. Add action. Player. Destroy. There you go. Okay, let me try this import again of sounds. What I'm trying to do is make this game more interesting by adding some more sounds. So, why don't I do this? Bring in sounds, import. I'm going to do this one here. Let's do that. But before I do, I'm going to show. Let's do the clock. Let's open it. So that's what we're using. It's a clock. It's, I would say it almost sounds like it's too echoey. But then again, it doesn't sound like it's in the it's at a range. So we hit open. There you go. We'll do it. We'll keep it like this. We can add more if we want to, but for now, let's just input this in. Click OK. We add in the sound. Play audio. Next. Go down here, play. Keep this volume as 0. Not looping. Done. And then when we play, hmm. Now, at least we know that the sound works. I'm going to stop this audio. I'm not audio. I'm going to stop this right now. And I think our next video will be is how to have the players come to me in a different manner. Okay, the one thing that we were complaining about, at least I was complaining, is the spawn. I need to change where the spawning is. It's not really great. I was considering doing one of the following, taking the actual spawn and randomly selecting a place, and then, so we're at 1708 by 960 is what I saw, so we could do random. Number can be no greater than 1708 random 960. Now, these are functions within construct 2, where you can actually type in something and you can do different things. In this case, we're picking the random number. We're picking anywhere from 0 to 960. So click Done. We run play. And there you go. Now I'm going around. And they're going to come to the last position where I was at. So if I sit here long enough, I'm going to get like 3. Oh no, I'm dead. Or 4 different monsters after me. So there you have it. Okay, let me try this again. The reason is I'm trying to import some new sounds because we're going to need to make this game sound more interesting with some explosions. So let's see if I can actually import sounds. I think I put it under created sounds too. Under browser, sounds 2, open, import. Now we do action, audio, play at 0, explosion 1, done. Now do the same thing here. Play audio, next, next, explosion, done. Now let's see what happens. Let's try that again. F5. Whoa, I made it even harder. So as you can see, I have audio for everything. Bullet collision, player collision. So we'll see what we'll do next. Okay, we're now gonna make it a little bit harder for us. What we're gonna decide to do is we're gonna add some more lives to the monsters. We're going to add a instance variable to the monster, or in this case Chrome. Click instance variable. We add a variable name. We'll call it health. Number, initial value, we're going to say it's 5. So that's where the value, the health, the spawned Chrome value will be. And in where the bullet collides, here, instead of destroy, we will replace that action we'll subtract from Supposed to come up, but let's see what happened. We do have the health. Double clicked on it. Say subtract from. Health came up. 1. 1 from health. Chrome. And then Chrome. Compare. Instance variable. Were less than equal to 0. Done. Monster spawn. Okay, we need to spawn. We need to spawn an explosion. Spawn another object. Explosion. Layer 1. Image point 0. Done. And then add action. Monster is destroyed. Now, from here, okay, bullet collision, chrome subtract 1. This should work. Hit F5. Whoa. Awfully quick. Whoa. think we should change the speed to that. Maybe 100. Let's try that again. Try that again. Let's see now. I mean, this is not the most elegant games. I think we could change the spawns. I think we changed the spawns definitely on this, but I mean, just a proof of concept, just to play around with the commands and everything is pretty good. Um, yeah, tell me what you think. I mean, there's a few things we can do with this. I'm going to add a score in down the road on this one. Might do that one next. Okay. Another thing I was thinking about adding before anything else is keeping score. One thing came in mind is, hey, what happens if scoring? Well, we can always put another layer to this and call it scoring. Always come here, right mouse click, global variable, and then type in score. Initial value is 0. Click OK. Here, put an insert. Actually, I should put comments here. I'll put that in there later. Now here, where we put destroy, can add another action, system, add to, score, done. We can come to the layout. What we can do is add we could do an insert of object and then do text. Put it here. And then from there, we could just put the score in. And score could be here. Add an event. Every tick. Add an action. Text value. Every tick we set the action. Action text, set text. Set font, visibility, subtract, set, position, size, X. This is interesting. We can actually, on the fly, change where the positioning is. Move at an angle. Set it to JSON. This is interesting. Really don't want to pen text. We want to do this. And done. Of course, we want to save. And when we save it, oh no, what's going on? Why isn't the oh wait, I lost the score. Why? I also got killed. Why? Oh no. Is it possible that I need another layer? Call it top. Lock this one here. Come over here. Take this one. Put it to top. I am missing something. Now, what am I missing? What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Transparent, opaque, 100%. No visibility, HUD. Global, no. Visible, yes. Locked, no. I think that might have been it. There it is. It was locked. So I kept my score. I just need to change the font. See, sometimes you have to do some tweaking. And that's where size, positioning, text, visible. Let's see, color. What kind of color would we want? Let's try that. Let's play it a little bit. I've probably been playing more often than I should. Something off about the shooting. Okay, mouse left click. Okay, that's fine. But I'm not getting the explosion. Why? About now. Did somebody notice something? Look at the score. At 5 again. This is the QA in me. Okay, it's 0. It's 0 again. Did I put it in the wrong spot? Player collision. Wrong place. That's another thing. You can actually copy and paste these items. Oh, that is interesting. I get points for shooting. That's a thought. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, post a comment. That is interesting. Having a villain not being able to be destroyed, but be scored on hits. That is a thought. If you put it there, and then once you do, well, then again, why would you want to put it anywhere else? That's a thought. I have the score in the upper left-hand corner. Oh, yeah, post some thoughts on that one. That's a thought.